Hello, Broken Arrow. I'm City Manager Michael Spurgeon. Thank you for joining me for this edition of City Council Highlights. The April 20th meeting was a special one for our community, as it included the swearing in of 2 council members, 1 new council member, and 1 incumbent, plus voting for mayor and vice mayor positions on the City Council. On April 6th, Broken Arrow saw a record voter turnout for the City Council elections. There were over 8,100 votes cast this year, more than double the amount from our last City Council election in 2019, which saw about 3,600 voters. It's great to see the growing number of voter participation at the local level. Here's what happened at the April 20th meeting. First up on the agenda, Ward 1 City Councilor Debra Wimpee took her oath of office for her second 4-year term, and new Ward 2 Councilor Lisa Ford took her oath of office for her first term. Following the oaths, the election of mayor and vice mayor were held. Councilor Debra Wimpee was selected mayor for the first time, and Councilor Christi Gillespie was elected as the vice mayor. Congratulations to both Debra and Christi on their new positions. Okay, before moving to other agenda items, here's a little more background on the responsibilities and functions of the City Council. The City of Broken Arrow operates under a council management form of government. City Council members are unpaid elected officials. The City of Broken Arrow is divided into 4 wards, which are redrawn periodically, such as after the census year, in an effort to keep a fairly even population distribution in each of the wards in our city. The City Council in Broken Arrow consists of 5 councilors, 1 member from each of those wards, and an at-large member. Each member is eligible to serve for 4 years, with the elections held every 2 years on a staggered schedule. For example, Wards 1 and 2 are elected together, then 2 years later, Wards 3, 4, and at-large are elected. One unique aspect of Broken Arrow is that while there are 4 ward representatives who must live in their respective wards, all registered voters in the city are able to vote for each of the seats. The primary role of the council is to serve as the policymakers or legislative branch for the city. Its responsibilities include adopting local codes and ordinances, approving the budget, and approving contracts for the city. The City Council also is responsible for hiring the city manager as well as hiring the presiding judge for our municipal court. The council elects a mayor and vice mayor from among its own members every 2 years. One of the primary functions of the mayor and vice mayor is to serve as the chairperson and vice chairperson to the council. I hope that you enjoyed this quick civic lessons on our form of government. Look for more information about how our form of government operates in the near future. Now, let's get to the rest of the City Council highlights for April 20th. First, let me mention a few things from our April 6th meeting. I was happy to share with the council members that sales tax in the Rose District for the first quarter of 2021 had increased by 40% since the same quarter in 2020. Likewise, the sales tax receipts at New Orleans Square has increased 13% since 2020 for the first quarter. This is amazing to see our community supporting local businesses and city operations. We look forward to even more development and exciting news coming out of New Orleans Square and South BA in 2021. On the consent agenda, the council approved a design contract with Native Strategies for the 37th Street sidewalk improvements from Albany Street to Omaha Street. The agreement is for $26,000 paid using the 2018 GEO Bond Sidewalk Fund and will include designs of 5,200 linear feet of 5-foot wide sidewalk, design and modifications of drainage structures, surveying and coordination of utility relocations if they're necessary. Next, the council awarded a construction contract to TriStar Construction in the amount of $1.6 million for the Phase 1 of the Albany Street Widening project from 23rd or County Line Road to 37th Street. Located next to the new STEM Center, Phase 1 of this project includes approximately 1,000 feet of new asphalt widening, construction of driveways, drainage culverts, sidewalks with curb and guttering, and installation of a pre-engineered, prefabricated bridge over the Lone Star Creek before the first day of school in August 2021. Just a quick note to say that you can follow the city's social media pages for continuing updates on this important road project in the north part of our community. In presentations, members of the TED team, or Tourism and Economic Development, presented to the council an update on the upcoming Cinco de Mayo event in the Rose District planned for May 8th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Located between El Paso and Dallas Street, the family-oriented outdoor festival is free to attend and will feature authentic cuisine, a kids zone in partnership with Main Street Square merchants, unique original Hispanic tile merchandise, authentic festival Hispanic music throughout the day. We hope that everyone can get out to this important ceremony and event in our downtown on May 8th. Also in presentations, Street and Stormwater Director Rocky Hinkle presented the Washington Street widening update to the City Council. Lane markings have been painted for the center line and eastbound lanes of traffic between Garnett and Olive, and traffic was open eastbound from Garnett to Olive with the speed limit raised to 45 miles per hour. The outside lane of the westbound traffic remains closed, and the speed limit still remains at 17 miles per hour. In the next 2 weeks, crews will continue with backfilling, grading, and installing sod on the north side of Washington Street, and work will continue to widen the Olive and Washington Street intersections. Great news, folks. We're just a few weeks away from all the work inside the road being completed. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Rocky Hinkle and all of his street and stormwater employees for the great work they've done over the last 7 months. In general council business, the council voted by a 4-to-1 majority to repeal the mask resolution regarding the use of masks and other protective measures to reduce community transmission of the COVID-19 virus. The city has many resources about the coronavirus on our website. Visit ArrowOK.gov/coronavirus for more information. During our Broken Arrow Municipal Utility Authority meeting, the authority approved consulting agreements for the Willow Springs Lift Station Relief Line Project, improvements to the Lynn Lane Wastewater Treatment Plant, and County Line Trunk Sewer Phase 2 project. These are very important public infrastructure projects for our community. That's it for this edition of City Council Highlights for April 20th. I'd like to close by just once again congratulating Councilmember Debra Wimpee for her re-election and being elected as our mayor. Secondly, to Lisa Ford for her election in Ward 2 of our city, and also to Christi Gillespie for being elected vice mayor of the City Council. Once again, that's it for this edition of City Council Highlights. The next City Council meeting is going to be held on Tuesday, May 4th. Until then, continue to stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you around town.
For the full agenda and video of the City Council meeting, go to ArrowOK.gov. If you have any questions about items discussed in the meeting, please contact the City Manager's office at 918-259-8419 or email mspurgeon@BrokenArrowOK.gov.